From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
Now to a piece of San Francisco's history, getting a new home. The Stud was forced to close in March of 2020. It opened back in 1966, making it one of the oldest LGBTQ bars in San Francisco. The new location is on Folsom Street. It used to be a sports bar and recently hosted the Golden Girls walkthrough event. The bar's owners say this is twice as big as their previous spot.
And the silver lining of having to move from our old space is that we unearthed a treasure trove of beautiful ephemera and historic photos and historic artwork that we now have so much more wall space to showcase.
City and state leaders were there to talk about the significance of the Stud to San Francisco's history and nightlife.
San Francisco would not be San Francisco without nightlife. It wouldn't be San Francisco without queer nightlife. And it wouldn't be San Francisco without queer nightlife here in South of Market.
The owners are raising money for renovations and permits. They hope to have the new location open by the end of winter. Let's take a live look at SFO, where United flights were scheduled to take off after an hour-long delay. The FAA issued an alert grounding all United Airline flights nationwide due to, quote, an equipment outage. Fortunately for thousands of air travelers, it was lifted about an hour later. And as a result, the tracking site FlightAware shows about 14 flights have been canceled and hundreds delayed. A United spokesperson says they are working to return to normal operations as quickly as possible. First Lady Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID. So far, the president is negative. Skylar Henry reports from Washington on the rising COVID cases across the country.
First Lady Jill Biden is battling COVID-19 for the second time. At 72 years old, her age puts her at higher risk for serious COVID illness. She's staying at the family vacation home in Rehoboth Beach as a precaution.
The First Lady is experiencing mild symptoms and will remain in Delaware for the week.
I hope my students welcome me like that on Tuesday.
The First Lady is also missing the first day of school, teaching at a local community college.
I teach English, I teach at Nova.
Aides say she'll be temporarily replaced with substitutes. Her diagnosis comes at a time when COVID cases are ticking up in the U.S. According to the CDC, hospitalizations were up almost 19% in 1 week last month. President Biden has so far tested negative and continues to test frequently as he prepares for a trip overseas.
He will be masking while indoors and around people. In alignment with CDC guidance, the president will remove his mask when sufficiently distanced from others indoors and while outside as well.
The president is set to travel to India to meet with G20 partners later this week, followed by a stop in Vietnam. Heading into the fall season, doctors are advising eligible people to get the new COVID shot.
We have every expectation that the new booster, which will become available in mid-September, should provide protection against severe disease caused by these variants going forward.
High-risk individuals may want to consider regularly wearing masks again.
Meanwhile, here in California, the Department of Health says over a 7-day period, our positivity rate is currently 14%. That's an increase of just over 1.5% from a week before. Marin is still the leading Bay Area county with 18.5% test positivity, but Santa Clara County saw the biggest jump with a 3.2% increase. Now to an update on the health of Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. There have been some concerns about the senator after he appeared to freeze up during 2 press conferences. The Capitol Hill attending physician says he doesn't think McConnell suffered a stroke or seizure. The note says he shows no evidence of movement disorder like Parkinson's disease. Instead, the doctor says people who have suffered a concussion can feel lightheaded at times. That backs up a claim from McConnell's office and follows the minority leader's fall in March. The Senate is back in session after a 5-week recess today. Let's take a live look at Oakland, where youth football coaches are making a pivot to keep their kids safe. The East Bay Panthers have a field to play on in front of a home crowd, but instead, as Betty Yu is about to show you, they are driving an hour away because of what they are afraid will happen in their own neighborhood.
2 shootings in 1 week in and around Verdice Carter Park on 96th Avenue in East Oakland. Both happened around the same time in the evening when kids with the East Bay Panthers football team were practicing. How many gunshots did you hear?
Too many to count. That's what caught my attention. because it was a series of just pop, 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 pop.
Chad Provost was sitting in his car waiting for his 13-year-old son Carter, wearing the number 3 jersey, to finish practice on August 24th. He said the park was full of people, including kids playing basketball.
So the coaches and some parents that were in the park literally got all the kids to kind of get down. Extremely frustrated. My son, I know he's affected. You know, he's a little bit different.
Oakland police said while they found evidence of a shooting, they didn't find any victims. Then last week, coach and athletic director Leroy Jones said he told kids to get down on the ground as more than 100 gunshots rang out at the park. OPD said several homes and cars were hit by gunfire.
And it was horrible. People with masks came up on the park, and another group of people, adults, came on motorcycles and started shooting up the park.
Luckily, no one was injured, but the team and parents were so terrified this past weekend, the East Bay Panthers were bused to play in Santa Rosa for what would have been a home game.
I know a lot of our kids are traumatized. They're PTSD, a lot of them are losing sleep. The parents are terrified to even drop their kids off now at practice.
Leroy said he wants OPD to increase patrols in the area.
I do feel that the Oakland Police Department has not done anything to secure these kids' safety, for these kids to have a place to practice. What we offer is getting the kids off the street so they don't turn into these people that are shooting.
For someone that's born and raised here, you can tell it's worse. I mean, I don't even allow my children to walk to a grocery store that's near us. When I was growing up, I would walk to a corner store that was in our neighborhood all the time.
Their next practice is today, and they've been trying to reach out to other cities and teams in neighboring towns to use their fields, but unfortunately, no luck so far. They are hoping someone will come through for them by tonight. Meanwhile, back here at home, although it's still a week away, San Francisco's already closing down streets for Dreamforce in 2023. For 2 weeks, Howard will be closed between 3rd and 4th as one of the biggest conventions takes place in the city in the Moscone Center. It needs to make a good impression. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff told the Chronicle there's no guarantee it'll be back next year if problems with drug use and homelessness don't improve. And one of the problems the city has been facing is open-air drug markets. One of the tools advocates use to help those on the streets is Narcan. Now the nasal spray is available to buy online from major pharmacies. The FDA approved it for sale over the counter back in March, and as of today, Rite Aid has it available to buy online. Walgreens says it will hit some stores today and be available nationwide on Thursday. We checked CVS online, and it says the nasal spray is sold out here in the Bay Area. And overnight crews have been working nonstop to contain an oil and fuel leak coming from a submerged tugboat in the San Joaquin Delta near Sacramento. It's happening around the Empire Tract Island, which is also known to be a protected wildlife area. Thankfully, as of now, no wildlife has been impacted by this leak. Boaters are being urged to avoid that area.